tough series against Texas A&M Kingsville. The offense were able to get going in the first match, but unfortunately in the last two they kind of fell short. How would you assess those matches and how your team played?
Well, we just didn't hit the ball consistently, and we hit a funk this week and never did get out of it. We lost 4 out of 5 games this week, and we had a chance to gain a lot of ground on those teams in the Lone Star standings. Instead, we dropped ground, and it's pretty disappointing. We're dealing with some injuries, and lost another kid on Thursday who didn't get to play this weekend. So that kind of stuff is building up on us, and it's taking its toll. But we're giving other kids opportunities to perform, and we're just not getting a lot of production yet. And we're still searching and scrapping and grinding, but the success just isn't coming. And then when you're not 100% in this conference, it can show. You just can't get away with being 80% and win games in this league, and that's where we are right now. But those are excuses. You still got to go out and win. Your best players need to act like they're your best players and perform like they're best players, and we didn't get that either. So we had a couple of big wins, but to lose 4 games this week was pretty disappointing.
And you kind of told me a few weeks ago, you can't dwell on the past, especially in this conference and how tough it is. 15 games left in the regular season. What are you kind of hoping to improve upon going to this next?
Well, we go to Western New Mexico this week, and that's a team that's really struggling. Now they seem to be pitching it a lot better, but offensively they're really struggling as a team. So we really need to find a way to go win 3 games, and we just need that mentally, if nothing else, to go sweep. If we go down there and lose a game, it's just going to be brutal for us mentally, because it's something that should not happen. So we just need to get that feeling of walking on the field, knowing that if we can go do what we're capable of doing, that we should walk out of there with a win. And then we got a quick turnaround after that with St. Ed's coming into town, I think, for Easter. So you'd have a Thursday match, or game. But the schedule's pretty brutal. We just played 9 games in 8 days, and it's tough. And Eastern New Mexico seems like it was forever ago, but in reality, it was last weekend. So this is a grind. Everybody, all the coaches are talking about how it's starting to wear you down, and I think you can see that. The energy level out of a lot of teams are, Kingsville doesn't have a lot, St. Mary's didn't have a lot, we didn't have a lot. It's starting to take its toll, but you just got to be mentally tough, and you got to be able to go out and find ways to win games, and that's something that the top teams are doing really well. The top 4 teams are doing really well at dealing with that, with their talent, and everybody else is kind of on the same boat that we're in. Everybody, it's kind of a roller coaster up and down ride, and we've got an opportunity, if we can go win 3, to gain us some ground back, and then we got teams coming that are capable of beating you, but teams that also were capable of going and winning series and possibly sweeping. So we've got a good schedule ahead, and we'll just have to see how it goes. But hopefully we can get Malaya Burns back next week. Hopefully. She won't be with us this week, and then hopefully we have Tori Hogan this week. That was a big loss not having her this past weekend either. So, thankfully Keely Garcia is starting to feel a lot better. The ankle's really starting to recover, and she had a really good outing on Sunday. Hit 2 balls really hard, and if we can get her offensive back, and hopefully we can get moving back in the right direction.
Something I do want to highlight is Genesis' performance on Saturday in that game 1. Her 13th win of the season. What kind of impressed you the most with her?
Well, Genesis it's starting to play a little fatigue on her too. She made a comment to Coach K that she feels like her arm's about to fall off. So she literally said after about the 4th inning that she just really had to start focusing on spin, because she didn't feel like she could drive the ball up there the way that she's capable of doing, and she did a really good job. We made some really good defensive plays behind her, but she didn't walk too many. I think she still had 4 or 5, but that's and our pitchers know it, and I can't keep harping on, but we're 3rd in the conference in walks, and that's something that shouldn't be happening, because we preach as a coaching staff, and Coach K preaches on we're going to pound the zone and make them beat us, and we're just giving away too many free bases, and it seems to happen with their speed kids, which is really not what you want to do, because base hit, you know, their possibility of scoring or stolen bases and all that good stuff. But you know, if we can just cut the walks down, you know, we're playing a lot better defensively right now. Ashton Durner has really solidified things at shortstop, and you know, we're getting good outfield play. Keely's, you know, feeling better again, so again, she's able to move at first base. Bailey Martinez is playing really good at first. So we're doing a lot of things really good. We just got to quit giving away free bases, and Jen had a really great performance. You know, I'm gonna go back to Kingsville. Seemed again like it was forever ago, but it was just Tuesday, Wednesday of this past week, and Cheyenne Floyd had a huge start in Game 3. You know, went 6 2/3 and only allowed 1 run again. A walk and a wild pitch ended up scoring that kid, so they didn't hit her. And then Genesis had to come in and get a double play to end it. But you know, we've had big outings out of those girls, and then we've had bad outings out of those girls. So if we can just get consistency with them, and I know, you know, with a pitching staff of 3 with this conference, it's taken its toll a little bit, and then we only had a pitching staff of 2 this past weekend, so that's concerning. So we're really going to give them some time off here today and tomorrow, and just let them get some rest, and have pretty limited practice with those pitchers this week going into the weekend, and we'll just have to show up on game day and let them get after it, because you know, that's one of the biggest issues is with this conference schedule that we're dealing with, is how do you balance work and practice and rest. And you know, it's getting that time of year, the temps are starting to climb a little bit, and you know, it's something that we're constantly discussing on how far do we push, and then when do you back off.